Hello everyone, myself Navneet Kumar Singh and I am teaching you heat and mass transfer for your GATE examination. So my dear students, let us feel the concept again. We have seen in the first chapter, that is your free convection or natural convection. So in the first chapter you have felt the concept, I think. Now let us see what will happen if natural convection is occurring and what is the mechanism of natural convection and how we can do the GATE questions afterward in a short trick, my dear students. So let us understand the concept clearly. Now let us see. So let us study your natural convection. So let us study your natural convection, or we have seen the free convection, forced and free. So let us see free convection. So free convection is also called your what, my dear students? This is also called your natural convection. Natural convection. So we have seen in the previous video or in the first chapter that natural convection was only occurring due to density difference, my dear students. So let us see, this was only occurring due to in natural convection or free convection or free convection, heat transfer occurs only due to density difference, my dear students. Density difference when atmospheric pressure is constant, my dear students. Atmospheric pressure is constant. So let us say I am putting a hot metal block on the table. Let us say I am putting a hot metal block on the table. So this is your hot metal block, my dear students, which is on the table like this. Okay, now let us see hot metal block. So this hot metal block is on the table, my dear students. So I have put it on the table. Okay, now what will happen? The air will come and will take the heat or will pick up the heat from this hot block, my dear students. How? Let us see. The cold air will come in touch with this. So the cold air is coming, that is your cold air is coming with some mass m and with some density. Okay, and as this air will touch the surface of the block, what will happen? It will take heat. Yes or no? It will take heat. So as air will touch block surface, heat will be transferred to it. Heat will be transferred to air by what? By Newton's law of cooling, my dear students. By Newton's law of cooling. Okay. Now, when heat will be transferred, what will happen? The temperature of the air will increase. So, as soon as it will touch this, the temperature of air will increase. And as the temperature of the air will increase, what will happen? Density of this will decrease. Density of air will decrease, my dear students. So when density will decrease, it will try to move up, my dear students. So what will happen? Density will increase. and due to which the velocity of this particular air molecule will increase. And what will happen? Velocity will increase and it will moves up. So now the air have become hot and it is carrying heat and moving up, my dear students. It is carrying heat and moving up. So the cold air is coming and hot air is going up, and hot air is going up. So when this is carrying heat and this like this, what is happening? So the cold air is coming and hot air is going. Cold air is coming and hot air is going. So this is occurring naturally. So this is occurring what? This is occurring naturally, my dear students. Automatically, naturally it is occurring. And this kind of heat transfer is called your natural convection or free convection, my dear students. So similarly, this will happen for all the surfaces, my dear students. Yes or no? And like this, there will be what? Heat transfer, my dear students. There will be heat transfer. Now, let us see or let us analyze the important concept in it, which will be used. That is your coefficient of volume expansivity. So we have seen in the first chapter also the when the metal block is hot, or when we are observing the hot surface. Let us also see the cold surface, my dear students. Let us see the container is there. So this was for the hot surface. Let us take it case first, hot block or container, or let us take the case second now. Case second now, which is your when container is cold. Container is cold, my dear students. So what you have done is you have just taken some ice and put in the container, my dear students. So this is your container containing some small ice with water, my dear students. Let us say with water. With water, my dear students. So in this case, when air will come in touch with this, so now the block is cold, the container is cold, my dear students. That is cold container. Cold container, my dear students. So this is cold container. So what will happen when hot air, because the air temperature now will be greater than the container temperature. Container temperature, my dear students. So in this case, what will happen? The air will come in touch with this. Air will come in the touch with this, and what will happen? Let us see. Air will come in touch with this. The hot air will come in touch with this, and it will give its entire latent heat of vaporization to what? To that bottle, my dear students, and it will be condensed there. It will be condensed there. So what will happen? There will be condensation. So like that you have seen, because it is having some water molecules. Water is there in the, you have gone in the refrigeration and air conditioning. You have seen the water is already there inside the what? Inside air, my dear students. So it will condensed. And like that air will go give its complete heat to, air will gives its complete heat to container, my dear students. Container. So like this the heat will be transferred. Similarly, the air will come and touch the surface, and the condensation will be there all over the surface, my dear students. The condensation will be there all over the surface, and like this in the cold container heat will be transferred. Okay, now let us see the second concept. Let us see the, so velocity will decrease, and all the molecules will be condensed here side by the container. Let us see the next concept, which is your coefficient of volume expansivity. Coefficient of volume expansivity, my dear students. Let us see. So now we are dealing with coefficient of volume expansivity in this case. Let us see, my dear students. So let us see the first heading, which is in free convection, coefficient of volume expansivity, my dear students. Expansivity, and that is represented by beta. That is represented by beta. So how it can be defined? So this term gives variation of of volume with respect to, or we can say variation of temperature, variation of temperature with respect to volume under isobaric conditions. Isobaric means constant pressure. You have seen in thermodynamics isobaric conditions, my dear students, and that is nothing but P is equal to constant, my dear students. P is equal to constant. So what is beta? So beta can be defined as, beta can be given as, that is variation of volume, variation of temperature with respect to volume, variation of temperature with respect to volume. So variation of temperature with respect to, so variation of volume, this is, my dear students, variation of volume with respect to temperature, variation of volume with respect to temperature under isobaric conditions, temperature under isobaric conditions. So I have done this mistake so that you will remember, that is dV by dt now, okay, dV by dt under isobaric conditions, and they will be with respect to volume, and this will be what? This will be your coefficient of volume expansivity, my dear students, coefficient of volume expansivity. And what is the significance of this beta? Let us see. What is the significance of this beta? Let us see, my dear students. So we know that mass is equal to density into volume, density into volume. So we have to touch density every time when we are in convection, my dear students, free convection. So this will be nothing but m is equal to rho into V, and this part will be constant for air, my dear students. So if I will differentiate this and I will calculate the value, if I will differentiate this term with respect to temperature, what I will have, let us see. So if I will differentiate this, I will have rho into dV, like directly differentiated, plus again volume is constant, this will be d rho is equal to 0 because this value is constant. So if you will do the differentiation, this will become constant. So I will have rho dV is equal to minus of V d rho. So let us calculate the value of dV by V. dV by V. So this value will become equal to d rho by rho, my dear students. Let us take it equation number second, and let us take it equation number first. Now put the value of second in the equation number first. What you will have, let us see. What you will have, let us see. So if I will putting the value of dV by V from equation second in equation 1, my dear students, what I will have, let us see. So beta is equal to nothing but dV upon V, we can take directly, yes or no, multiply by dt. So if I will put this value of density, this will become minus of d rho by rho into dt, d rho by rho into dt. So can I now calculate the value of beta, my dear students? Value of beta. So I can easily have a relation between density and this. So let us calculate dt. So dt will be equal to nothing but beta rho into d rho, my dear students, and there will be negative sign. Beta. So what I am calculating, dt will become equal to, or let us calculate a d rho. D rho will become equal to beta rho dt. So from here I can easily calculate what? If temperature is increasing, density is also increasing, or if temperature is changing, density is also changing, my dear students. So directly if you will see beta, my dear students, it will signify you that how density is changing with respect to temperature, my dear students. How density is changing with respect to temperature. So for better free convection, so you can take a note here, not for better free convection, my dear students, convection, density difference must be large, density difference must be large, that d rho must be large, and value, so that the beta value will be, so beta will be large. Or you can take vice versa, if beta is large, then density difference will be large, and there will be better free convection, my dear students. There will be better free convection. So the term volume expansivity must be large. Okay, must be large. So beta must be large for free convection. Must be large for better convection. Better free convection, my dear students. Okay. Now let us see for the ideal gas. Let us see for the ideal gas, my dear students. What will be this? Let us see. So minus is already there. Let us see for ideal gas. So if I will see for ideal gas or coefficient of volume expansivity for ideal gas, let us see what will be this. So coefficient of volume expansivity beta for ideal gas. For ideal gas, my dear students. So what is the ideal gas equation? In thermodynamics you have seen ideal gas equation is what? Ideal gas equation is nothing but equal to PV is equal to mRT. Can I take it like P is equal to mR, or let us take mR this side. mR equals to rho T, my dear students. Yes, I can take so. Now the atmospheric conditions are constant, like pressure is constant, mass and R is equal to constant. So I can take rho T is equal to constant, my dear students. Yes or no? Rho T is equal to constant. So if I will differentiating with respect to differentiating above equation only, not with respect to differentiating above equation, what I will have, let us see. So rho T, do the differentiation of rho T is equal to constant. So this will become D constant. So now taking rho common, or rho first term, this will become dt, plus again temperature second term, this will become d rho is equal to 0. So what will be there? Can I calculate the value of d rho by rho, my dear students? Yes, let us see. So d rho by rho, so rho dt will be equal to minus of t d rho. So d rho upon rho, which is in negative, will be equal to dt upon t, my dear students. So this is your second equation. This is your second equation. And what was your first equation? So beta, that is coefficient of volume expansivity, is given as 1 upon V dV, that change of volume with respect to temperature we know now under isobaric conditions. So we have calculated density here, and we know now d rho by rho dt by small rho of minus is equal to beta, my dear students. We know now. Let us put the value of d rho by rho. So what will be the value? Dt by t, my dear students. So beta will become equal to nothing but dt. Negative is already here. Negative is already dt by t into dt, my dear students. So dt will go, and we will have that beta is inversely proportional to temperature. So as the temperature of any fluid will increase, what will happen? So as temperature, let us take this note, that coefficient of volume expansivity, coefficient of volume expansivity purely depends on temperature for ideal gas, and second, if beta will be large, or we can say temperature of gas will be high, beta will be less, my dear students. Yes or no? So temperature of gas will be higher and beta will be less, my dear students. And where this temperature you have to take always in Kelvin, and that is your mean temperature. Which you have seen, that T surface plus T infinite by 2. This will be your mean temperature, and at this temperature all the fluid properties will be calculated. Now let us see the case, my dear students. Let us see the case. The second case will be your when there is a hot plate. So let us see for hot plate what will happen if hot plate is there for free convection. So now if hot plate is there, what will happen? We have seen this case. Let us see. Now if air is there, let us take it case second, case first. Let us take it case second. So these kind of questions you will be having in your GATE examination. So although from 20 years they have not asked number of questions from this topic, but it is also important. Okay, let us see, my dear students. So what is happening? This is your, let us say, hot plate. This is your hot plate, my dear students, and this is also your hot plate. Now if I will consider in first case the top surface, what will happen? The air will come and will take heat. Air will come and will take heat like this. So air will take the heat and will go up. But if I will see, that is the top surface, my dear students, top surface of plate, top surface of plate, top surface of plate, that is the, I am talking about the bottom surface of plate. Air will come and will take it and will try to be here only. Will try to be here only. So what will happen in both the cases? Let us take the bottom surface of plate. So in the first case, the heat transfer will be more. Why? Because the air will come and will pick up the heat and will go up. So what will happen again? Density will decrease as temperature of the air will increase. The density will decrease, my dear students. That's why the velocity will increase and it will move up, and fresh air again comes. Fresh air again comes in this. Okay, and when fresh air comes in this case, what will happen? There will be fast heat transfer. But in this case, what is happening? That air temperature of the air is increasing, density is increasing, velocity is increasing, but no space available. So what will happen? It will try to move like this, both sides first. Okay, so in this case, cooling of air, or we can say cooling of plate will be less, or we can say will be less, or we can say slow. This is happening, my dear students, and these kind of questions you will have. So in the upper case, what is happening? The air is picking up heat and going. That's why the temperature of the air, temperature of the plate is decreasing, because the air is coming continuously and taking heat. But in the bottom case, this is not possible, my dear students. In the bottom case, this is not possible. So we can take a small note. In second case, air will take heat and will be unable to move up. So what will happen in this case? Will be unable to move up. So fresh air will be unable to take that place. So slow cooling will be there. So slow cooling is there, my dear students. So in this case, the slow cooling will be there. So now let us move on to the next topic, which is your Grashof number. So Grashof number, my dear students. Let us see the Grashof number. So this is also important for your GATE point of view, my dear students. Grashof number, that is represented by GR. Grashof number, that is represented by GR. So in the natural convection, you have seen why we are reading this number or why we are studying this number, because in the free natural convection, what is happening? Air or fluid is going up. Okay, we are considering a fluid. Also, that fluid will have some viscosity, my dear students. Okay, so now when it is going up, then there is some force also which is if the water is filled in this room, what will happen? Then I will be picked up. Why? Because water is having high buoyancy forces from the down. But now if I will talk about the air is having less density, so mass will be less. That's why it is unable to pick me up, my dear students. And because of less viscosity, it is unable to pick me up. So what will happen? Let us see. So if you will study the Grashof number, it is nothing but it is defined as the ratio of it is defined as the ratio of buoyancy forces to viscous forces. Viscous forces, my dear students. So the Grashof number is given by what? So the Grashof number is given by, my dear students, FB upon FB. FB upon FB, my dear students. And if you will analyze this complete equation, what will be the Grashof number? Let us see. So this will be your G beta Ts minus T infinite del Q divided by nu square, my dear students. Let us analyze it completely. So if a plate is there, my dear students, and particular fluid molecule is sticking to this, so what will be there? There will be some buoyancy force on this molecule, and this adjacent layer is already there, so there will be some viscous force in opposite direction. Viscous force in opposite direction due to what? That shear stress will be there, viscosity will be there, something like this. So it is trying to move up, but that is carrying it down, my dear students. That's why we are calculating the Grashof number, so that fluid can easily move. My dear students. And in this case, due to viscosity, what will happen? Due to viscosity, fluid will have viscous force, and hence slow cooling, my dear students. Okay, now what is happening? There is some buoyancy force that is acting on the upward direction. If air is filled there, my dear students, so what will happen? That is moving. So that is generally used for free convection, my dear students. Free convection, and by this you can easily calculate the Grashof number. That is nothing, G beta. Beta is your coefficient of volume, expansivity you have seen, and Ts is the surface temperature of the plate, and T infinite is the temperature of cold fluid. Cold fluid in this case, where del is the hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness, my dear students. Hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness. So where del is your characteristic dimension, not hydrodynamic thickness, characteristic dimension, my dear students. So let us take it LC, okay, dimension. So in case of this vertical plate, what will be the characteristic dimension? LC. So LC will be nothing but length of the plate. In upward direction, my dear students. So in natural convection, you have to calculate the heat transfer. Which is given by Q is equal to HA delta T, or this is, you can take Ts minus T infinite. Okay. Now area no, Ts T infinite no. Now in this case, you have to calculate that coefficient of heat transfer, my dear students, and that is given by what? That is given by your Nusselt number. So let us see, the Nusselt number will be given by what? Let us see. So that is given by Nusselt number. So in case of natural convection, what will happen? Let us see. So in case of natural convection or free convection, Nusselt number is given by, my dear students, that is Nu is equal to H, and that is LC, characteristic dimension, divided by K of fluid, my dear students, is given by nothing but equal to C into GR into PR to the power N, where C and N are constants, my dear students. Constants, my dear students, where GR and PR, that is GIRL and PR, is equal to constant to the power N, my dear students. So what will happen? Let us see. So from here you can easily calculate the Nusselt number, and also you have one term here, that is your Rayleigh number, my dear students. One term here, that is your Rayleigh number. That is your Rayleigh number. Rayleigh number, my dear students. Number. And you will be using this Rayleigh number. I am not focusing on this because these parts are not important for much for the gate, my dear students. So Rayleigh number in this case will be given by what? That RA is equal to nothing but GR into PR, my dear students. RA is equal to GR into PR. And if you will put this value here, you will have Nusselt number value, and this will be equal to C of Rayleigh number R to the power RA to the power N, my dear students. And like this, you can proceed further. What will happen? You will calculate the H here. So calculate H, that is heat transfer coefficient. Then calculate your heat transfer. Heat transfer, my dear students. So hope you have understood this concept. So this is your natural convection, my dear students, and let us see numericals on this. And thank you so much, my dear student, because this is the last topic in this. So thank you so much. Hope you have understood the whole subject. Okay, just revise the formulas, revise little bit concepts, and do maximum number of questions. You will surely attempt the good rank in GATE. Best of luck, my dear students.